Support for this show and all the others on the Marketing Podcast Network is provided by Memento. Yes, you can use AI to make your job as a marketer easier. Let me introduce you to Memento, the newest marketing partner of the Marketing Podcast Network. Memento is built to put the power of AI in your hands. It writes social media captions, it does your transcript, it does so much stuff, and it even finds moments, hence Memento, in your show that you can repurpose as audiograms and other great little videos and audio clips. Have it watch or listen to a podcast and suggest, then make automatically social media posts to promote the show. Heck, it can even listen to the podcast episode and write a poem if you want to use that in your company blog. It's AI after all. So go check it out. MPN listeners can try it free at bit.ly/momento MPN. It's bit.ly, bit.ly/momento MPN. Entrepreneurs Enigma is a podcast for the ups and downs of entrepreneurship. It's about the wins and the fails that we all face being entrepreneurs, and how we learn from adversity. Every week I talk to a different entrepreneur with a story to tell. I'm Seth Goldstein. Come with me on the journey. This is Entrepreneurs Enigma. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of the Entrepreneurs Enigma podcast. As always, I'm Seth. It's been, 100 and, a lot of episodes. You should know who I am by now. If you don't, I'm Seth. Good to meet you. How's it going? I am here with Tissa Richards. She is an executive coach and a new author. She's got a new book out, No Permission Needed. So that's awesome. She runs courses. She helps leaders with their leadership skills. Tissa, welcome to the program.
Thanks, Seth. It's good to see you. Excited to be here.
Yeah. So how did this whole thing get started? I like how I said that very broad question. Who is Tissa and how the heck did you get started on this wacky journey?
I like to say I'm a recovering tech founder and CEO. So did that
Yes.
a couple times and
Well,
burned out
hold on. A couple times, not just once, a couple times.
Yeah. And then burned out on raising money. And now I help other companies develop their leaders and scale and do what I like to say, develop unshakable teams, leaders, and organizations. And it's a lot more fun when you're doing it for other people instead of your own
Yeah.
company.
When you first do it, it's fun. When you do it again, it's a little less fun. You do it again. Oh, we're doing this again. So
Yes.
now you get to advise people on how to not burn out on raising money.
Totally. It is. It's really grueling. And you're right. You burn out.
You burn out and you've done it. You can check it off your list. You've had some good exits and heck, you wrote
And
a book.
I've got the patents and all the things, and I don't really have to prove myself anymore, you know?
Isn't that fun? It's just, I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You should listen to me.
Now I can just choose the work that's fun and the people that are fun. And it knocks the stress level down hugely.
An entrepreneurial journey, as you know, because you've done it a bunch of times, it's not exactly relaxing. It's fun, but it's not relaxing one bit. Like anyone who says that they have a relaxing entrepreneurial journey, I don't know what they're on because it's not relaxing.
I totally agree with you. I think we over glamorize it. You know, we make it look sexy and fun, and it's not. It's really grueling. It takes a huge toll, and physically, psychologically, emotionally, financially, all the things. There's so
Yeah.
few big exits where it's financially worth it. And I think it ages you really quickly, and you sort of step out. You learn a lot, that's for sure. But I don't know if we're as honest as we should be about really the toll that it takes.
Oh, absolutely. And also the overnight successes are like 10 years in the making. No one realizes that an overnight success at least took a few years. Google started in the garage. I mean, and they were not overnight successes. Google has been around in 1998 and they didn't really hit big right away. It was a search engine, but they were one of many. Now they're a behemoth, for better or for worse. So Tissa, have you always been an entrepreneur or have you done the corporate grind? Like, how's that
I
been? What's the origin story of Tissa here?
I did the corporate grind a little bit, but I think that I don't know if you can tell. I don't know if there's going to be video here, Seth, but I'm a redhead, and I don't really do well with people telling me how things should be done. I'm great at outcomes, not so great at process in terms of other people's
Yeah.
process. Yeah, I think there's always been an entrepreneurial streak. And
Well, that's good.
my mom was reminding me the other day when we used to have garage sales when I was a kid, I would ask if I could sell food or lemonade or whatever, which was fine. But then I would just start emptying out the pantry when we ran out of the approved food.
We're going to take a quick break, hear from our sponsors, and get right back to the show. Support for this show and all the other shows on the Marketing Podcast Network is provided by Memento. If you have your own podcast, you know how hard it is to produce and get all the cool little clips out and all that stuff. Promoting is half the battle. What if you could upload your episode, video or audio, and have AI pull out all the best moments for you to use in social media? Well, you can with Memento. Upload the video or audio, review the recommended clips, click the couple of buttons, customize the colors, fonts, and hit save. Instantly, Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, Facebook, and LinkedIn posts all materialize before your eyes, all with video and audio embedded for dynamic promotions that drive people to the episode. And the AI kicks out show notes, even transcripts, and even social media captions. All you have to do is review and post them. Because you listen to this show, you get a free trial of Memento to test for yourself. Go to bit.ly/Memento MPN and sign up today. It's bit.ly, bit.ly/Memento MPN. Oh, I love it. I love it. Always been an entrepreneur, but that's where it starts. Born an entrepreneur sometimes. Sometimes you're not. Sometimes you're an accidental entrepreneur and you fall into it and it's a success, or sometimes it's a failure. But some people were just born creatively an entrepreneur. Like they want to do stuff on their own and come up with things and whatnot. So, what is the best thing about being an entrepreneur in your mind?
I think it's that independence, right? It's that ability to
Mhm.
decide what you really love and do the things you love and focus on those. There's risk, obviously, right? You don't have
Mhm.
at least at the beginning until you're successful. You don't have a steady paycheck. You're
Oh
responsible to
god.
it's feast or famine. And then if you're starting a company, then it's a huge, huge financial risk. And that's really stressful. But I do think it's that ability, if you can translate your vision into a product and you can figure out how to scale it, it's really exciting.
It
But
is
it's also really
exciting.
scary.
It is, and that kinda goes to the flip side question here. What keeps you up at night?
I have to say
Twofold.
now nothing keeps me up at night, which is really a
I
isn't that
love
a
it.
great thing to say?
I
I
love it.
love
Not even the
every minute.
dog? 'Cause I heard a dog bark in the background. Not even the dog keeps you up
Yeah,
at
okay.
night?
Well, no, nothing work related keeps me up at night.
There
I
you
love
go, there you go.
everything that I do, which is and
That's
I'm
awesome.
really, really specific about who I choose to work with and who I choose not to and the work I choose to take. That's a really great position to be in where you could
Oh,
turn
that's
work down.
fantastic.
It is really,
Yeah.
really great. And
Being able to
I
say,
literally
"No, I
wake up
don't wanna work with you because you're not the right fit," is so empowering.
and you get energy from doing things that you really love. And there's work
Mhm.
that was lucrative that I just thought this isn't fun anymore. So I just
Mhm.
stopped doing it. And I think
Oh, that's lovely.
it's really freeing. What kept me up before as a CEO of a software company was raising money. It was that you don't have as much freedom to say no because your
Yeah.
investors now have a vested interest in making
Mhm.
decisions. So you don't have that complete freedom the way that you do when you don't have a board and you don't have investors. But I think I would do it differently now. I really do.
Oh,
I think I
really?
would yeah, I think that what's hard is when you're making decisions out of a place of scarcity or fear of if I don't take this
Mhm.
money, the company will fail. Is that such a bad thing? Because
Mm,
not all money is created equal. Not every dollar is the same. And
exactly.
really,
Love that.
yeah, really knowing your values, your non-negotiables, and sort of saying, I don't want to take money from these people. I'd rather take it from this group because they seem much better aligned. But sometimes
I
you can't
love it.
wait for that because capital is what's going to keep the lights on. So that's really stressful. I think if you're in a place where you don't have to take capital, that's really freeing.
It is freeing. What motivated you to write this book?
Why did I write it? I when you speak a lot and I do a lot of keynotes, I do a lot of workshops, there's always a question, "Hey, if you have a book, do you have a book? We'll buy the book." And it was like, wait, let me get on that. But also I
Let me
realized
get on there. Let me go write a
let me
book.
get on that. Let me do it. This is the book. No permission needed. I realized that I was repeating the same thing. I thought maybe when you say the same thing a certain number of times, you realize maybe there's a place to put this into the world, either a
Yeah.
course or something that is this needs to be packaged. So
Yes,
I thought a
absolutely.
book might be a good place to package this.
Good. And was it self-published or published, as I like to
I
say?
self-published it, and so it was
And that's a
great. It
whole
was a
different beast.
fast.
Oh,
You know what, though? It was fast. It was what was nice is
really?
you could write if you could write quickly and you're a good writer. I recorded the Audible, which is actually really fun, and you can
That's
get it
cool.
out to the world really quickly. Um, and there's some great developmental editors and copy editors and people that just can navigate that so that you can get from an idea to the market in
Wow.
a matter of weeks or months if you want to, as opposed to years with the
Oh
traditional
god, yeah.
publishing route.
I know it's in me. I just keep hitting that brick wall where it's like I just gotta sit down and write. Just gotta write.
Yes,
Just gotta sit down and write. But I'm like, I have all these interviews. I want to find the quotes, and so I have the Scriber or whatever the heck that thing is called to write it in. And I'm like, I'll get to it at some point. We'll see. So, what is the most important thing to carry with you all the time?
your values. I think they help you navigate through a lot of situations.
Tissa, where can people find you online? Obviously, Tissa Richards, Tissa Richards.com. Where
Uh-huh.
is that your main watering hole online? Is LinkedIn? I feel like that's
It
where a lot
is.
of
Yep.
people are. Yeah.
Yep. The website and LinkedIn, especially because most of the clients I work with are large corporations. You know, I do a lot of workshops and keynotes and things like that. So yeah, that's the best way to find me. And I do a lot of just did a TEDx talk about a month ago.
Oh, there you
Yeah,
go.
so that'll be out on YouTube in a few weeks,
Which
and
TEDx?
it was TEDx Austin.
Oh, big one.
Exactly, and they they'll put it online, and I think it's also just the idea of that process of taking an idea, synthesizing it
Mhm.
into something, and practicing and
18
getting up
minutes
there.
max.
Yeah.
18 minutes. That's probably the shortest keynote, right?
Yeah, and, I think I got it down to 12 minutes, so it's a lot.
Wow. Good for
Yeah,
you.
yeah, it's a lot to sort of get big ideas into a short period of time and have it be actionable, so it was really fun.
Yeah, I'm so verbose. I mean, like, one day maybe that's not even on my radar right now as a TEDx talk, but like the book's the first thing. But I'm like, TEDx would be interesting, but I'm pretty verbose. I don't know if I could get it under 18. I know there's trainers and there's all a whole process. And I mean, these people are more verbose than me. They can get it down there, but still, yeah. So TEDx
Yeah.
Austin, was that recent? That was like
Yeah, it was 3 weeks ago or something like that. It
oh,
was
so,
very
oh, that's
recent.
awesome, Tissa. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Yes, thank you. It was so good to see you again, and I appreciate
Yes.
the opportunity.
Awesome. And everyone go get her book. That will be in the show notes as well. Go get her book.
Thank you.
And also pre-order her other books that are just in her mind right now. All right, Tissa, thanks so much.
Good to see you. Thank you.
That was a great show. Hey, if you're enjoying Entrepreneurs Enigma, please give us a review on the podcast directory of your choice. We're on all of them. And these reviews really help others find the show. Also, if you're getting value from the show and want to buy me a coffee, go to the show notes and click on the link to help me stay awake while I bring you more great episodes to your ears. That's in the show notes, and I look forward to the next episode. Take care, guys. Goldstein Media hopes you have enjoyed this episode. This podcast is one of the many great shows on the MPN Marketing Podcast Network.
You may know you are listening to this show along the Marketing Podcast Network, but did you know there are other great shows on MPN to help your business? Izzy House hosts a great podcast called the Space Marketing Podcast. Izzy, tell us what these fine folks will get out of listening.
Space Marketing Podcast is where we explore marketing principles, strategies, and tactics through the lens of space. I talk space with some very interesting industry professionals about their challenges and successes with marketing in the new commercial space economy. This show is for business leadership, entrepreneurs, and the space curious.
Wow. And where in the universe can people subscribe?
All of the major channels, and you can also find it on MPN and spacemarketingpodcast.com.
You heard her. Go subscribe. This podcast is heard along the Marketing Podcast Network. For more great marketing podcasts, visit marketingpodcasts.net.